Hey, my name is John Cortez, and yes, I do have a six pack. I'm also a personal trainer and strength and conditioning coach with more clients and athletes than I know what to do with here in Napa, California at my gym. And no, I didn't always have a six pack, but more on that in a second. But what I'm really going to end up best known for is this research I'm going to share with you today. You know, many other fitness pros, a lot who I really have respect for, are convinced like me it's going to shake up the entire abdominal industry and give it the much needed jolt it's been screaming for. And just to let you know, if it's been pretty much impossible for you to get the rock hard abs you've always wanted, regardless of what you've tried, this information should very likely work for you and get you a six pack fairly quickly. But before I can show you precisely how and why, you should remember I also wasn't one of those guys born with a freaking six pack. You know who I'm talking about, that guy who was always ripped, even if he never worked out? That never was and is not me. You know, I always felt I was a little on the chubby side naturally, and I definitely did not have the genetics cut out for a six-pack. Plus, I'm not very tall, and I'm pretty, naturally slow, which is not a good combination if you wanted to play college football and track, which I really did. Anyways, I ended up doing that. I hustled my ass off, did my own training, and made it to playing small college football and track. You know what, but even bigger than me, it was during that transformation I discovered what I believe to be the single biggest lie in the entire fitness industry today. You see, the truth is, they don't want you to get your six-pack or be ripped. Despite what they say or the promises they make on magazine covers, they're doing everything they can right now to make sure you don't get it. Why? Because they believe once you get the results you're looking for, you won't need them anymore. I mean, think about it. On every one of their magazine covers, there's always a new headline that promises some unique way to improve your six-pack abs or whatever. Yet the dirty little secret is these guys ran out of things to say 10 or 15 years ago when they started cutting costs from research to give more to the marketing heads. Because they know that promising rock-hard six-pack abs sells magazines. And they'll continue to find clever ways to spin the same information and make seemingly new promises about how this time will be the time you finally get the abs you want. Like what? We're supposed to believe the fitness models they put on their covers got that way from the tips inside their magazine? I mean, just look at these examples. But that's only their first lie. They actually have two. The second motivator pushing these magazine heads to make sure you never get the abs you're looking for isn't just to sell magazines. It's actually to sell you nutritional supplements. This is something almost nobody knows about. Most of the big fitness magazines are actually owned behind closed doors by the supplement companies. In the large majority of the cases, the real purpose of the magazine is just to secretly sell you expensive supplements. They get you to trust them with the magazine and then immediately start taking advantage of you. They figure you'd never know any better. That's a multi-billion-dollar industry, and they've been living it up off people like you for years now. Look, if you're going to get a six-pack, the first thing you need to do is forget the lies you've been told by all the shady magazines, the supplement companies, the infomercials, all of them. That's the bad news. The good news is you've already been exposed to your solution. The answer has been right under your nose for years now. You just haven't smelled it. Let me explain. It's becoming a well-recognized fact that sprinters are actually healthier than distance runners in almost every way, including having the look and sexual function. Obviously, you don't need to be a doctor or house MD to see that through. You tell me, which would you rather have? Catch a glimpse of almost any high-level sprinter, and you'll typically see one of the most impressive six-packs you've ever laid your eyes on. And there's a reason for this, a reason scientists and doctors have known about for years. And it's not because of their genetics. It's their hormones. It's your hormones. Hormones are everything. There's nothing going on in your body right now that isn't somehow related to your hormones. This especially includes fat burning and muscular development. As it turns out, in a study done by Keith Stokes in the Sport and Exercise Science Group that measured the hormones after bouts of sprint exercise, they found out that their growth hormone levels remained elevated for between 90 and 120 minutes after a single 30-second sprint on a cycle ergometer. On top of the GH effect, they found a total body increase of your most best muscle-building fat-burning hormones, including testosterone, DHEA, IGF-1, and lactic acid. Now, I'm going to simplify this. But what I and a few other experts discovered is that the way sprinters and most pro athletes train actually creates a waterfall of these positive hormones rushing through your bloodstream, while at the same time actually lowering the amount of negative ones like cortisol and estrogen that slow your metabolism and support stomach fat. The result? A naturally lean, sculpted six-pack that resembles a pro athlete instead of your average American couch potato. Now you should be thinking, yeah, John, but professional athletes train for hours each day. In some cases, working out is their whole life. I don't have the time for that. And you'd be right. Neither do I. My life is too busy to spend hours training myself and working out like them. But it turns out it's not necessary. The bigger news, I promised, was that only a small fraction of what sprinters and pro athletes actually do in their workouts create this positive hormonal cascade. That means if you can discover how to isolate that one little factor, your body's hormonal response centers would have no choice but to grant you more muscle and less body fat in just a fraction of the time. It turns out you can. You can exploit the exact thing all these athletes don't even know about, but do to get and maintain their six-packs. And while I might be living proof of how well it works today, I initially was skeptical of something that sounded so freaking simple, but with no holes in the research, I was forced to put it to the test. Taking the parts from pro athletes and Olympic sprinter training programs, the exact parts that research has shown to be most closely connected to six-pack hormone optimization, I went ahead and designed the most advanced 12-week abdominal program I had ever written and threw it to the wolves. I had a group of hungry clients and athletes ready to try it out. So what I did was I advised everyone not to change anything else they were doing. Don't try to eat more or less, and don't try to eat any better or worse. And don't add any other form of exercise or training outside of my gym. This test was as real world as the real world because, frankly, if it worked for normal, non-genetically gifted people like myself and later my clients and athletes, then I would know for sure I was onto something special. So here's what happened. It didn't work. Nah, just kidding. Here's what actually happened. You tell me what you think. And do you remember how I told them not to change how they ate during the program? Not surprisingly, it turns out most of my clients actually ate more than normal. And still they got these results. I wasn't mad. I was shocked and excited, but mostly shocked. Seriously, in just 20 to 45 minutes a day, and literally eating whenever they were hungry, these guys were able to get abs that were not possible with any other form of exercise, diet, or training tool they'd ever tried. And there's one more thing I haven't told you yet. I've actually saved it because it's that solid. As we discussed, hormones play a role in almost everything that happens in your body. So when you start working out this way and finally get your hormones to start working for you instead of against you, in addition to the six-pack fix, you're also going to tend to experience higher sex drive, faster recovery times, deeper, more restful sleep, greater stamina, and yes, I do mean in the bedroom, elevated mood, more confidence, far less aches and pains, improved athletic performance, clear, healthier looking skin, and increased muscular definition. Now I know it's a new way of thinking that all this can be achieved from a special method of working out, but it's true. You absolutely don't need to take questionable supplements or dangerous injections to get all this, your ripped six-pack and more, just like so many already have before you. And with these new six-pack methods, it's been set up so it'll happen for you, without dieting or extreme restriction ways of eating, without lots of time spent in the gym, without lots of crunches or tedious abdominal exercises, and without the overall routine actually ever becoming routine. These workouts constantly change reps, sets, and frequencies to keep your body guessing. Plus, this type of hormonal training doesn't work overnight, but it does work pretty quickly. You'll be seeing results in the first week. So here's how it all works together. It's a whole system. But let's start off with the most important part right now, the Six-Pack Solution Core Workout Program. In here, you'll get my 12-week hormone-targeted six-pack training workouts. These are all laid out for you step by step inside the private Six-Pack Solution members area. And we made sure it's as simple as possible to get you started with your first Six-Pack Solution workout right when you're ready. Because I know one workout is all you'll need to believe. And again, you should expect to see results in the first week as well. Now, a common question we often get is, John, will the core workout program just give me a six-pack, or will it train and develop my other muscles too? And that's a great question, so here's the deal. As we talked about before, you're getting your six-pack is all about optimizing your hormones and stimulating them just the right way. One of the most basic but effective ways to do this is with compound exercises that work a lot of different muscles and joints simultaneously. Because of this, a large part of your training needs to be hitting your abs indirectly in order to get that intended hormonal response. And we do this by training your other muscles. Plus, I mean, what's the point of having a six-pack if the rest of your body doesn't match up? That's why I spent so much time designing these workouts to not only get you your six-pack, but to also build up and carve out your chest, shoulders, biceps, triceps, calves, legs, back, the whole body. So if you're wondering about that before, now you know, now you're taken care of. And here are the training details for the 12-week program. You'll be training 5 days per week, so you'll have 3 hard training days, 2 lighter days, and 2 off days to ensure you are recovering just enough. You'll need a jump rope, an area to perform basic bodyweight movements, a timer or a stopwatch, and enough room to perform sprints and other explosive exercises. Preferably access to hills if you got them. You should begin to notice results in your abs and upper body within 7 to 10 days. Remember, it's all about your hormone physiology, and as the research shows, today's accepted methods, they just don't cut it anymore. Next, you'll find the full Six-Pack Solution nutritional breakdown inside your private Six-Pack Solution members area, where you'll get all the details on the entire Six-Pack Solution eating philosophy. Which foods to eat, which foods not to eat, how much protein you need, when to eat your carbs, because yes, you will be eating carbs, the whole deal. Now here's what I really like about this. The few ab training programs out there that even offer something on nutrition just give you the basics, the stuff that you already know. Like eat more vegetables, less white sugar, lean meats, baked chicken, blah, blah, blah. None of that's new. That's just rehashing the same old thing. In our nutritional breakdown, we go way beyond that old stuff. We're bringing you the new. Like which so-called health foods actually cause you to gain fat, specifically in your belly area. What is carb cycling and how is it crucial to your final ab results? And maybe the most important of all, what's the truth about carbohydrates? I mean, are they really secretly causing you to gain fat? Or is it the media overreacting again? There is, in fact, a real scientific answer to these questions, and I'm going to share all of them with you here inside the Six-Pack Solution Nutritional Breakdown. Alright, so now that we've got your six-pack workouts and your six-pack nutrition covered, let's talk supplements. Are they actually all BS? I mean, we know how shady the supplement companies can be, right? Well, the truth is, no, they're not all useless. Sure, a lot are, but there are a select few that actually work really well for getting a six-pack faster, and inside the Six-Pack Solution Supplement Breakdown, which you'll also find in your Six-Pack Solution members area, I'll not only tell you all about these specific supplements and exactly how to use them for best results, but I'll also tell you about the other side. Like which ones are the well-marketed but unproven supplements? Which are the potentially dangerous ones? And of course, which ones you'd have better watch out for if you're trying to get a six-pack. This is a complete video breakdown, and just in case you want to get the Cliff Notes, you'll also get a quick note PDF version of the breakdown in the members area as a bonus. Let me just tell you, this supplement breakdown is truly crucial. During my research, I learned things that shocked me, and to an extent, changed the way I have my most serious clients and myself take our supplements, and you'll learn all about that in my breakdown. Next, now this is everyone's favorite. It's a free personal gift you get just for trying the Six-Pack Solution system today. And it's not just any gift, this one is downright unfair if you're a guy. Now a lot of trainers claim to know the type of body women truly want and are attracted to in their man, but what they don't really know is there's a science behind attraction. And it's decided by your bodily proportions as a male, specifically your shoulder to waist ratio. Here's how it works. For thousands of years, the world's best sculptors like Michelangelo knew that the ideal body shape of their sculptures was one that was the most symmetrical because we as humans are naturally drawn towards things of symmetry. In fact, it was so important that they had a formula for it called the golden ratio, and it said that a ratio of 1.618 to 1, in our case that's the shoulder width to the hip width, was just right. Today for guys, they call it the Adonis Index. Think of it like an installed button a guy could just push on himself anytime and have any female feel subconsciously attraction to him. It's really cool information that's been featured everywhere, but that might not be the best part. When you try the Six-Pack Solution system today, the free gift I'm going to give to you was created to redesign your Adonis Index. It's called Shoulders of Symmetry, but this specialization program was not written by me. Shoulders of Symmetry is from the genius trainers over at AdonisRatio.com, and let me tell you, these guys are the reason the term Adonis Index has become so talked about these last few years. They probably know more about it than Michelangelo did. And since we know the width of your shoulders compared to the width of your waist is the determining factor in your unconscious attractiveness to all females, that's exactly what Shoulders of Symmetry was designed to do. Increase the width of your shoulders compared to your waist. And remember, Shoulders of Symmetry is yours today free just for trying the Six-Pack Solution. So let's recap. Here's what you're going to find waiting for you inside your Six-Pack Solution members area. Number 1. All 12 weeks of the Six-Pack Solution Core Workout Program. Number 2. The Six-Pack Solution Complete Nutritional Breakdown. Number 3. The Six-Pack Solution Complete Supplement Breakdown. And number 4, shoulders of symmetry, yours free when you get started with the six-pack solution today. And with the results I get, and I'm promising to you today as well, the whole six-pack solution system is $97. But if you're seeing this specific video, then you probably already know you're currently watching a special testing video, and the six-pack solution will not be $97 for you today. Instead, you can have it here on this webpage for just $47. Of course, this video will not be up for long, and neither will this test price, so look. If you're finally ready to have six-pack abs yourself, then click this button below the video and let's get you started today, right now, on the six-pack solution plan. Now, another question is we get a lot, John, I believe you, I believe the research, and I can even believe that, what you've done here will really work for me, but what if something happens and it just doesn't work for me? Can I get my money back? And our answer is this: yes, you can. For up to 60 days, if for whatever reason the six-pack solution program does not work for you, you can get your money back, but there's more. I'm so convinced by my clients' results and the research behind the six-pack solution workouts that I'm willing to give a little just to get you to try and start today. So, if it really doesn't work for you, sure, you can have your money back, but if it doesn't have to be for that reason, it can be for any reason. If you're too lazy, if it's too hard, you like being fat too much, whatever, I don't care. I'm that certain in what my program will do for you, and like you feeling comfortable knowing your order today is risk-free too. You can tap out at any point if you really need to, seriously. So, if you are ready to order, simply click the checkout button below this video and let's get you started today. Now look, remember what I said before? How you are never going to get a six-pack unless you know the truth about how chiseled washboard stomachs are actually created in the real world? I wasn't just saying that to grab your attention. It's really true. And you've seen how far the magazines and supplement companies are willing to go to make sure you never actually get what you want either. They really will lie, fudge, and mislead just to ensure another profitable quarter. And it's you who loses out. But now, you know the truth. You know how to get a ripped six-pack fast, utilizing these same discoveries that started in my college football and track days, and have continued to work just as well with my personal training clients. Guys who never were athletes and never will be competitive athletes, just regular guys who wanted to be ripped instead of looking like another ordinary, bloated, chubby adult. And now, with all the latest research coming out in support of specific methods like mine that creates huge waves of GH and other positive hormones to pulsate through your bloodstream, leading a round-the-clock six-pack attack on your behalf, it's finally become the time for you. Look, this is the wake-up call you've been seeking to help yourself and really get the body you want as fast as possible. Listen, we are all born with the same muscles and tendons and bones and ligaments. We all have abs. And if you currently can't see yours, it simply means there's just some fat covering it up that needs to be deleted, which is exactly what the specific hormones you're going to be selectively signaling from your six-pack solution workouts do. They burn the fat and build muscle faster than anything else. Why else do you think so many athletes use illegal injectable steroids and hormones? It's because they flat out work. But you don't have to use any dangerous needles or illegal drugs here. You just follow along with my six-pack workouts, which have been designed for maximal GH output, along with other hormones like testosterone, DHEA, and IGF-1. And you'll quickly notice fat melting off every stubborn inch of your body. And just as fast, you'll notice lean, hard, ripped muscles starting to develop in all the right places. Then pretty soon, sometime during your training with the six-pack solution program, you'll have that moment. You'll come back home after a workout, sweaty and satisfied, and walk into your bathroom. You'll turn the shower knob on, grab a towel, and take your shirt off. And before you step in the shower, you'll notice something in the mirror, something you've never ever seen before. There they are, abs, on your body. You're not going to believe it. You'll look closer from different angles this time. And it won't matter. You'll really see them there. You'll gasp. You'll be shocked and ecstatic. Heck, maybe even euphoric. What a great day is that going to be for you, right? And guess what? Right here, right now, as you watch this video, that day is close. So let's start today. Quit postponing your happiness and get on the fast track today to a lean and shredded six-pack with the complete six-pack solution. Trust me, you can do this. I believe in you. You can do it. And remember, you're not paying the normal $97 everyone else does. Through this temporary test video, it's just $47 when you start today. I'll be waiting for you on the other side in your private members area. I'll see you in a minute. Thanks for watching.